Hey everyone, so I'm back from Vegas, had a wonderful time. It was so extremely hot. It was like 109, somewhere around there. Never even got cool at night. But I had a pretty good shopping trip this time. I got a lot of makeup. I have to admit that I am beginning to become addicted to Tom Ford products. I just love so many of their products. They're so luxurious, but I'm starting to just really love Tom Ford, and I picked up a lot of it on this trip. So first off, let me show you the purse I picked up. I picked up a purse, a new Dior bag. Of course, there's 95,000 Diors in Las Vegas, and I have to visit like every one of them. And this was just a cute casual tote that is brand new out. And me being completely casual, I never ever dress up. I had to go ahead and get this in a bright blue color. It's perforated, so it's like air conditioned. It's super light. And it's just a big tote bag, and it's great for wearing with shorts or just casual stuff. On the inside it has this big pouch in there that you can put stuff in, so I really enjoy this. Very lightweight, very casual. So look at all the makeup I picked up, and I tried some stuff on this trip, and I was gonna film the last night, and I just was too worn out. I took my camera, I was just too exhausted. We did not get the super cool upgraded room this time that had the mirrors with the TVs inset in them in the bathrooms. We didn't get that, but we did get an upgraded room, but it had the coolest, it had a giant window behind the bathtub. And we didn't have a view of the strip. We had a view back behind the strip, but still there are hotels and a lot of lights back behind there. And so at night it was just solid lights and hotels, and I could just sit in the bath and just have that window completely open and just see the lights. It was really cool. Okay, tons and tons of makeup. I went to Neiman's. I went totally insane for Tom Ford, and I picked up a lot of it. Some of this stuff I'm going to show you, or we're going to talk about, is stuff that came in right before my trip too. So Tom Ford cream and powder eye color. So this is two different sides. This one is called, of course, Golden Peach. Two different sides. You get a cream color in the bottom, and you get a ton of it. I mean, how long would that last you? Just like forever. And then the top is a powder eyeshadow that you can put on either alone or on top of the cream. Here's the powder version of it, powder side of it. So I'm gonna swatch both of these. So the cream side looks like this. I did wear this on my eyes. I have worn this on my eyes. It is a peach shimmery metallic. It's very opaque. It's very good coverage. Now the powder is not really powdery. It is sort of a gritty feeling, greasy feeling powder eyeshadow. It's one of those glittery, greasy feels. I do not like it. Here, I'll put it on top and sort of off of the product as well. It's just that gritty, glittery, glittery, greasy feel, and I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks on top of the product either. You see that? It just kind of loses the peachness and becomes just this sort of blah. Not too thrilled with that. Maybe a different color would work out for me. There's a bronze, there's a black, which wouldn't be for me. There's a blue, that wouldn't be for me either. But the bronze might work out a little better for me. I tried it on in the store. It does seem a little dark for me. I didn't like the texture of the powder eyeshadow on here either, so not a good product for me. Tom Ford lipsticks. I finally got some Tom Ford lipsticks. Everybody raves about these. I don't know what the big deal is, so I had to try them out. I picked one up in Sable Smoke. I got this one at Neiman's on my trip. And this one's called Guilty Pleasure. I ordered this one online because I had seen it before and I thought it was pretty, but it turns out it's not a good color for me. It is very apricot. This is Guilty Pleasure. Very apricot, has a lot of yellow to it, has sort of a gold sheen. That's just not my color. Nice texture. It's a shimmery product. Very liquidy, balmy feeling. The Sable Smoke is more of a cream, and that's sort of a peanut buttery nude. You can see that right there. I had that on earlier tonight. This is nice. This is a full coverage type. Sable Smoke is a full coverage type. And very nice. It's a real good nude for me, but this other one's just too yellowy. So as far as the texture on these, I think they're good, especially the Sable Smoke one, which is creamier. I think it's a good texture. It stayed on pretty well. I don't really know what the hype is about them because I didn't feel like it stayed on any better or did any better job of anything really, just like a normal lipstick. So I don't really think the $52 price tag is all that worth it on these. Okay, Tom Ford Cream Cheek Color. This one's called Pink Sand. I have that on today and I'll show you how that applied. This is a really nice blush. I'm starting to think cream blushes are the way to go for me. I feel kind of like when I put a powder product on my cheeks, it just sits there on top of my skin and it looks like a dry powder. I think creams are the way I'm going to start going from now on. So this has a gold sort of shimmer to it. It's a warmish pink. I put it on with a stipple brush today. And it's very, very hydrating feeling, very moist feeling. You can almost get a gold sheen off of it if you put it on heavy enough on your cheek. I just think it's really pretty. It came in just sheer enough on my cheek. I don't feel like it's super opaque and heavy looking and not super sheer like some cream blushes can be. So I'm really liking this one. Look at how pretty it is. It's just a little shimmery and has a bit of a gold reflection to it. So I went to Ulta today to use my 20% off coupon. I did not know they were sending us a 20% off coupon, and it's 20% off everything, not just drugstore products, but prestige products. So I went and picked up a couple of things today. I got a deluxe sample earlier of the new Benefit Ka-Brow. I really like this. So I went in and picked up the full size today with 20% off at Ulta. I got the number 5 color. The deluxe sample comes with a little brush on one end and then your little pot that you unscrew on the other and then you dip in and put on. I'll show you how I put that on today. This stuff stays on like you would not believe. It doesn't have enough thickness to it that it's going to hold your brows in place. So if you really want that, you're going to have to go back and put a clear gel on or some kind of wax or something to hold your brows in place. But I'm just telling you, this stuff stays on. And you know, everybody says Anastasia Beverly Hills stuff stays on, but I've had a hard time keeping their powders, their brow powders on. They don't stay on me all day. They sort of fade on the ends. Well, this stuff does not fade. Here is the full size. So it has a brush on one end and the little pot that unscrews from the bottom here. So I love this stuff. It stays on like nothing else. I'm just so amazed. Ka-Brow. Let me tell you about a travel woe and see if anybody has a solution to this or if this happens to anybody else but me. When I take a powder, a loose powder with me on a trip, it does this. This is my e.l.f. under eye setting powder that I love so much. It all dumps into the top of the container. All of it comes out, there's like nothing down here. The entire product comes out through the little shaker on the top. I don't know why. It's not like it sits in my luggage upside down. And even if it did that, you would think it would not all pour out through the tiny little shaker hole. But it does every time. I've had this happen so many times with and then you can't get it back in. I can't get it back in the container. I mean, I can shake and try, and it's all over the place now. I have done this so many times with my loose powder. I used to use a lot of the Tarte Amazonian clay finishing powder, and I would take a loose powder tub with me and it would just all dump out into the top and I couldn't get it back in. Now I've gotten smart and I take a pressed powder with me for any kind of trip that I take. So I don't know why it does that. Does anybody know why and how to solve that problem besides just taking pressed powders on the road?